Are you a Black-owned business looking to expand your global reach? If so, get listed today at blackpearldirectory.com. Rare, organic, and valuable Black-owned businesses are showcased to the world. Black Pearl Business Directory, your showcase for all things Black-owned business and more.
Stop looking in the rearview mirror of life filled with regrets. Stop regretting life with I woulda, coulda, shoulda before it's too late. Live life on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose.
Get your copy of Living and Loving Life Without Regrets by going to any of the various retailers listed on the screen.
But I'm not the girl of your dreams, 'cause I've been rocking and dodging the beat of love. Baby, I'm not the one for you. I'm not letting you on 'cause you know my truth, but I know just what to do for you, 'cause when that Jones come down, hey, na 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 na, hey, ooh, na 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 na. When that Jones come down, hey, nothing you can do about it.
Good evening. Welcome to my sister circle. I am so excited to be back off of my vacation, and it is Thursday, and we are always super excited to gather with you guys on Thursday. Hey, O.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How was your week?
I had a great week.
So, before we get started, guys, listen. We had to try out some new backgrounds for our show, and look what our producer came up with. Welcome to our new kitchen. Do you guys love it?
Isn't it beautiful?
It's so beautiful. I love it. Charlie, you did a good job. Tap in for a second, Charlie.
Go,
so
Charlie.
I can tell you how you just did such an amazing job.
I did.
Yes.
Charlie, we appreciate you. This is amazing. It looks so beautiful.
Y'all look the bomb diggity. I'm going to have to take some pictures.
It's so beautiful background. So you guys, do me a favor. In the comments, tell us what you think of our new kitchen. Tell us what you think of this new set and how it feels to you guys, because we are trying some new things out, because we are in preparation for season 3, and we are in preparation getting ready to do some big things. So we just want to get it going and get a move on it and start moving forward with some new.
Come on, send those
Listen,
hashtags.
I'm excited about it. So some newness. I like that. Some newness. So in the comments, guys, as you're tagging people in and sharing this broadcast, I need you guys to tell us what you think of our new set.
Yes.
Because I love it.
I think it's beautiful.
Okay. We probably will keep it no matter,
I like it.
I think it's a go.
It makes me feel very like Cape Cod, New Hampshire.
I love it.
Kitchen vibes.
Only thing we need to add now are wine glasses.
I'd like that.
Okay. I love the coffee mugs. Tagged by T's Creations. She did a wonderful job on our. I'm going to come back to this comment because I need to check on you about that comment. So, but this is, she did do an amazing job on our mugs, and I love them. So we're going to have to figure out something with some wine glasses and see if she can put our logo on some wine glasses.
I would like that.
That's another thing. We're gonna get ready to surprise you guys with everything new. Okay? Newness. So, guys, again, welcome to my sister circle. We are excited to be with you guys tonight. I need you guys to do something for us. And that is tag 5 people. Each person that's watching right now, go ahead and tag 5 people in. Like, share it to groups. Do all of those things so we can reach out, because this topic today for sisters, listen, I need you guys to just tap in because we just want to hear from you guys.
Yes.
All right? So that's what I need you guys to do first. Nita, I am definitely going to give you a call later. I'm going to definitely check on you later because, I mean, you were just in Miami, so I definitely want to check on you later, okay? I love you. I hope I definitely hope all is well.
Yeah.
Oh, what's our topic today?
Toxic television and the effects it has on sisterhood.
Woo! All right.
Should we take a deep breath beforehand?
I think we should go to our sister of the week before we.
Let's.
Probably before we get to talking about
agree.
toxic television, we probably want to go to sister of the week.
Yes.
You look gorgeous today,
Thank you,
by the
so
way.
do you.
Oh, I love the makeup today.
Thank you so
You
much.
did the thing on that makeup. You guys love O's makeup today?
Thanks, guys.
Every week. O's
You know what?
makeup.
I laugh at myself because every week I'm like, I'm just gonna do something light. I'm not gonna go overboard. But as soon
This
as all
is
the
light to me. It's not.
it is. It's kind of light because typically, I mean, I like to go full blown to the wall. But I was like, I just want to do something calm.
Your vacation makeup was flaming.
Thank
It
you.
was your vacation makeup.
Thank
you. You was looking for husband, huh? On that vacation.
I mean, Jeff, if you see me, honey.
I knew you was looking for Jeff out there.
In the daytime with a flashlight, but I can't find him.
All right, guys. So this is what I need you to do real quick before we go to Sister of the Week. I need everybody that is watching. I need you guys to tag in at least 5 people. I don't care who you tag. Just tag those sisters in so we can get these numbers up so we can have everybody chime into this amazing topic on today. I am definitely going to go ahead and tag some people in because I want to hear from you guys on today. I'm going to do it real quick. Charlie, do we have a commercial that you know what commercial I want you to play, Charlie? I want you to play Linda's commercial one more time. Thank you.
Stop looking in the rearview mirror of life filled with regrets. Stop regretting life with I woulda, coulda, shoulda before it's too late. Live life on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose.
Get your copy of Living and Loving Life Without Regrets by going to any of the various retailers listed on the screen.
All right, so welcome back. We are going to dive right into our Sister of the Week before we get to our amazing topic. Guys, one more time, I need you guys to tag in. Everybody tag in 5 people. Everybody tag in 5 people. And also, I need you guys to post in the comments what you think about our new set. All right, so those are the only 2 instructions that I need you to follow right this second. All right, sis, go ahead.
All right, well, here's our special time during our show where we acknowledge our Sister of the Week. And it was my pick this week, and I wanted to do something a little different. I felt like for the past few times that I've picked someone in, not that this sister is old, because that's not what I'm saying, but I've picked someone in our age demographic. And I wanted to pick someone this time around whom I've really admired for a really long time. And typically with people in church, I'll start here with this. There are not a lot of people in church for myself that I'm like super like, oh my gosh, here she is about. But this person, every time I see her, I feel like I'm kind of like fangirling her a little bit because I am so, is obsessed the right word? Yeah, I'm obsessed with her aura and her personality and just who she is as a woman. So that's why I picked her.
Okay.
So our Sister of the Week is, here she's coming. She's coming on the screen. This is Minister Darlene Glass Johnson.
She is amazing. I love Sister Darlene.
Right, so
I love her.
We both know her. We grew up in church with her. And like, just to tell you what type of woman she is, right? You know, there are certain people in church that will come and ask you, or just in life in general. I don't want to just say church, but life in general, they will come and ask you certain things about yourself and like how you're doing. And you can't really make the distinction between whether or not they're being genuine or if they just want to know your business. That happens with people in life, you know, all over, church, not church. Anytime she comes and asks me when I do see her, now I haven't seen her a lot because of COVID, but she will check in and see how I'm doing on Facebook. She is one person that I would have absolutely no hesitation to explain what is going on with me from top to bottom. And I know that it's a safe space. I know that she's not going to judge me, and I know that she's going to pray for me, and I know that prayer is going straight to Jesus' ears. And that's why I love her. So background about her, she is a phlebotomist at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor.
Oh, wow.
She is a mother of 2 beautiful girls. She's also a grandmother, and she is a wife.
Yes.
And they don't come sweeter, they don't come realer or more genuine than her. So I never really get a chance to see her that much because of COVID, but I just feel like when people make an impact on your life, I've been kind of like watching her and admiring her since I was a young girl in church. So I'm like, what better time to tell you now that you like rock my world and I just think you're amazing.
Aww.
Phlebotomist, she draws blood,
Yep.
labs.
Yep, she does the lab work. So in the hospital, she do all the lab work.
Yeah.
She draw the blood, and then she send it off to the lab. So, and she's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, she's been in the medical field a very long
Yeah.
time. And she's just an amazing woman, amazing mom. She rides for her daughters and her granddaughters. Like, cheerleader to the max, super supportive. And you can tell that she genuinely loves her children. And the same love that she gives her daughters is the same love I've watched her give to other young girls.
That she
Like, she
has.
doesn't just reserve it for her kids. She gives it to whoever she comes across. And I just think she's amazing.
I've had a lot of encounters with her growing up, and you know, one of my memories of her is like my sister said, she always came off as like the church mom. You know, it was no different of her daughters and us. You know, she treated us as her daughters, you know, and she always made sure that she gave us the advice that was necessary. You know, and we may not have agreed with what she was saying back then, and just because, you know, she was real and hardcore down to it. She gonna give you the rawness, and she didn't care. It wasn't soft.
Yeah.
You know, at all. So that's one of my memories of her always giving it to you raw. And you kind of like you said, the impact is, you know, you don't realize the impact until you start maturing.
Yes.
And then you kind of think back on the impact of different people, of what they said, you know, and sometimes, like I said, it may not be what you like at that moment, but the impact goes a long way with you. So I think, you know, you chose an amazing Sister of the Week. So,
Yeah, I think so.
Shout out to you, Evangelist Minister Darlene. We love you.
Love
you. You are an amazing Sister of the Week. That was an awesome choice.
Thank you.
That was a dope choice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, what is our topic one more time?
Toxic television and the effects it has on sisterhood.
So, in prayer, when this topic came about, it was real. It was just really, it had been weighing on me really, really heavy. And you know, we discussed it and everything, and it had been just weighing. And at first, it was one of those things where I was like, you know what, we won't, because the topic can automatically come off judgmental if you are in disagreement with that type of, you know, TV watching, you know, reality TV, things like that. So, you know, it can be a little judgmental, you know, for those who actually watch it. Right. So, you know, that's one of those that at first it was like, you know, tread lightly so we don't pass judgment on people. But then I thought, you know, I said, well, Lord, you put us on this platform to discuss the hard topics. You know, you put us on this platform to give it raw, you know, the same way we've been taught the rawness. You've put us on this platform to be raw with people and bring awareness. And if it has to be where you feel, we won't use the word judge, but convicted because of what you're allowing to be put into your soul or digested, then, you know, that's your conviction that you just have to kind of deal with and take it how you want to take it. And so it was one of those things where I was like, okay, Lord, all right, well, let's do it. So in even thinking about this topic, so I'm not a reality TV watcher.
Likewise.
Okay, so the furthest I go is the Braxtons.
Same.
And I watch the Braxtons because I like the family portion of it. I hate when they argue as siblings because me and my siblings don't argue. I mean, we don't have, when I say we don't argue, we don't have falling outs
Not like that.
Not even close.
No.
I mean,
No.
Not even a little bit. Like maybe a disagreement here and there, but never falling out. So the Braxtons is as far as I go. Like I don't even know anything else, and I have watched Growing Up Hip Hop before because I was concerned about Bow Wow. So I actually tuned into that before, and I was disgusted.
Yeah.
So when we think about the toxic television and the effects that, it has on sisterhood, what do you take just from the topic itself?
I instantly, what it brings to mind for me, I like you, I am not a reality television watcher. I do remember when the Basketball Wives franchise first launched on TV. And of course, it piqued my curiosity because I'm like, oh, celebrities, or...
Now, before you even go further, is it a franchise? Why? Is it more?
They consider it a franchise. I think I've heard
so
that...
it's more than one.
It's more, I guess it's more than one set of women. It's several different women in different cities.
States?
I think,
okay.
I guess that's why they consider it a franchise. And
wow, they have a franchise.
Yeah, and I remember, I think the first time that I watched it when I tuned in, and I'm probably going to like jumble these women's names together. The episode that stuck out to me the most, and after that I said, absolutely not. One woman accused another woman of sleeping with the husband, and the way that the other woman tore into this woman and physically and verbally attacked her was way too much for me. Way too much for me here, way too much for me here. I don't like to see women, or people in general, but mainly women and Black women, I don't like to see us attack one another.
Yeah.
And that was it for me. So the minute that you say reality television, the first thing that comes to mind is it's about to be some Black women. I'm going to just say it, and I'm sorry, because I know there's white women too that are part of it. But the first thing I think of is they're about to record a bunch of beautiful Black women act like some fools, and I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, let me just give this part of it first. So I do know that this topic is going to be very sensitive to our viewers, to the viewers that we do get.
Yes.
Because I'm prepared to for it to fluctuate throughout this hour.
Yeah.
Because people, they watch it. Okay, so you have a hard time when you see the flyer itself come up, you're going to have a hard time accepting, because you're sitting back and saying, well, I do watch it. Yeah. So I'm aware that we're going to have fluctuating numbers tonight. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like I said, conviction is real.
Yeah.
Okay. And like we bring awareness, because maybe everybody kind of looks at it different, because I know a lot of people think it's just entertainment.
Yeah. But in essence, it's not.
It's not.
It's much more than that.
My question is, for women that are advocate for women empowerment, and nowadays, every woman right now is like pro-woman,
So they say.
Exactly.
So
that's what you yelling out. You're advocating for women empowerment. Sis this. You want to uplift. But then you watch these shows where you watch women, you're entertained by women dragging each other through the mud. I don't understand.
It contradicts itself.
It's definitely contradicting.
And for me, and I'm not casting judgment on anybody, because like you all, and you know what I mean, I am guilty, absolutely, unequivocally guilty of watching trash television. I think we all are. But it hits a little different for me when it comes to, I after getting older and like really realizing like what I'm watching and being more in tune with what I ingest, I do not really think that you can celebrate women, encourage your fellow sister, and claim to be a woman's woman and sit around and watch other women absolutely disintegrate one another in the most horrific, disgusting way. And it's not just entertainment. A lot of what I see and what I've heard, these storylines like have some validity to them. So there is some truth there. And they are absolutely volatile to each other.
Definitely.
And to me, it's just like, I don't believe that violence and sarcasm and pettiness have to like beget one another. You know what I mean? I think there is a more civilized way that you can handle discrepancies. And a 40-plus-year-old woman throwing a drink on another woman and calling her out of her name is really kind of sad and silly to me. Because as you get older, there should be some wisdom and some maturity that comes with your age. And I think it sends out an obscure like vision as to what older women who are supposed to be mature and like really getting their bag and making money, it kind of just sends a mixed message as to what an older, mature, beautiful, successful Black woman should be. And I don't like that.
And yeah, and because it definitely it definitely impacts our society in a negative way. You know, reality TV as a whole. Now, but like you said, because we are, this is My Sister Circle, we are talking about our sisters. And it does bring, it's a negative light that's shown on us. We can use Black women at this point. Well, you know what? No, we're just going to say women. But definitely, and the fact that it's a trend on this is how they have made it to where a lot of those women on the reality TV shows, they have made it to where that's the only way they're telling you that you can secure the bag is by being on a reality TV show, acting a fool, showing your butt, being toxic. That's that they have told you, they have brainwashed you, and you've allowed it to say that, all right, well, I'm you know, and I guess some of the women are, you know, they're not in the limelight anymore. So now they have told you this is the way that you can get the money now. And so now you have said, okay, whatever I got to do to secure the bag, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and to reclaim your 15 minutes of fame. And if that means, like, one, I know who she is because growing up, I used to sneak and watch The Real World. Like, that was my show growing up, right? So I know who Tammy Roman is, I believe. She was on one of the first seasons of The Real World. That's the only reason why I am versed in knowing who she is. And when I saw her on the Basketball Wives, I was like, I'm like, wait a minute. She was like 19, 20 something when I was in high school sneaking behind my mom's back and watching this show. This lady has got to be like 40, 50 plus. And then to see her in action, throwing drinks and swearing and just going ballistic, and to add insult to injury, she's a mom. Not to say that like every time as mothers, we don't get unleashed, you know, but I digress. But to see that, I was like, huh? Like, how are we doing this? And it's like, are you really willing to bargain with your dignity as a woman and as a Black woman to get on television and to act like a complete buffoon just to say that you're in the limelight? Because in essence, y'all, let's just be honest, they're clowning. You know what I mean? They talk to each other like garbage. They gossip, they backbite. They're very hurtful to each other. And when those women do those like end of season shows and they're talking and they're crying, that's real hurt. Okay? That's not made for television tears. That's not fake snot that they're blowing into their tissue because they're devastated. That's traumatic. You are attacking someone's character. That's defamation of character. That's attack. That's vicious. It's vile. That's not entertainment for me. That's a therapy session waiting to happen. Absolutely. You know?
And then we have to remember that when we have, you know, it was brought to my memory, you know, you don't just have a diet of a healthy, a healthy living diet, but you also have a spiritual diet. Absolutely. What you feed your soul with. So if we continue, or people continue to watch those shows, you know, because I know a lot of people was like, you know, well, it's just entertainment. You know, we have to separate the reality and entertainment. Well, if you continue to feed your spirit with toxic shows, toxic television, reality TV shows, if you continue to feed your spirit with a show or these reality TV shows that are going against each other as women, that are dragging each other through the mud as women, that are attacking each other on TV, that you attack somebody because they sleeping with your husband and you didn't, and you go home to him every night. If you continue to watch those shows, what happens? You pick up the traits that they carry,
their vernacular, their behaviors,
their nasty disposition. You pick up all of those things because you are feeding your spirit every time that you watch it. And of course, you think it's funny, it's ratchet, you know. And what everybody say, we love a little ratchetness. Well, you know, if you continue to feed your soul with a little ratchetness here and there, you pick up the traits. That's what people don't want to accept.
No. And I feel like now more than ever, just because there are so many black women women in general, but as a black woman, you're a black woman, not to diminish any of our, you know, I like to call them vanilla sisters. Hey, y'all, not to diminish them, but it's like, because we are making so many beautiful strides right now, I feel like there really needs to be a return to what being a strong black woman is. Being a strong black woman does not mean that you are attacking your fellow sister, that you're calling her the B word, that you're being vindictive and sneaky behind her back. It's like, I wish that the women that were on TV that did these shows realized the power that they had. Like, I know one of them got arrested for marching or, you know, protesting for the young woman that was shot. And I'm like, yeah, that's all good and great. You did some great work with protesting. But then on the flip side of that, you take that beautiful expression of sisterhood and love and unity, and then the following week you go on your show and we're cutting each other down. Blessings and cursings cannot run together.
They cannot.
You know what I mean?
They cannot.
So what you did is you took a beautiful work that you did for your fellow sister who was murdered unjustly, and then you cut that down by getting back on TV and talking about your fellow sister, even if you think that it was just and she deserved it. By cutting her down and talking about her like trash, if you understood the spotlight that you had and the influence that you had over other simple black women like myself, you should want to kind of like rework that change what it is that you're projecting for other people to see.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then you know, and let's even talk about how men see the women that are on those shows.
Oh boy.
Or even how men see the women that watch those shows that now take on those traits that those shows have.
Yeah.
Where's the do you feel like when you, because you know, you can say all day that, you know, you don't pick up any traits from these women, but it's just like music. If you listen to a song over, let's go with a rap song. If you listen to this you know, this rap song,
all deposited inside of you. All of it is. Yeah.
And it becomes it attaches to your spirit, man, and you begin to say things that they repeated several times. So it's the same with watching television.
Yeah.
So now you have taken on the traits, some of them. I'm not saying that you're taking on all the traits that these women have or that they have on the shows, because a lot of it is scripted.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is, once you begin to do that and you begin to act like that, because I mean, a lot of the sayings nowadays have came from reality TV shows, all of this securing the bag and all of these little, you know, all of those sayings. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying to secure the bag and anything like that, but think about it. Those things have come from.
Yes, you got it from television.
Exactly.
Like the one lady.
Or even a song. You got it from television. I'm not even sure exactly where it came from, but I'm making the point of, that's how you begin to act.
Yeah.
And that's how men begin to see you. And my problem, my huge problem, I have a huge problem with allowing a man
Oh boy.
To pit us against each other.
Yes.
I have a huge problem that we allow it.
Yeah.
Producers be men.
Yeah.
Okay. The men are recording the show while y'all in there acting a fool. So now you in there sitting in there, y'all acting a fool at the table, turning the tables over on each other, and the man is the one holding the light.
And recording it.
And recording.
While you act a complete nutcase. I just, it's all a bit too much for me. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I think that especially with the climate of how men and women are now, a lot of men anticipate that women in everyday life that are, you know, simple workers or, you know what I mean, that are not on television, that are not in the limelight, they think that a lot of the women out here want to mimic and replicate what they see on TV. Not so. Not I. I'm not at all interested in taking a departure from who I am based on Portia, I think that's her name, or Tammy from the Basketball Wives. I think that's insane. You know what I mean? And even the way that, like, I think some of them are really beautifully dressed. I love fashion. I love makeup. I love hair.
Definitely.
I love all of that. But you have women out here that are purposely like, okay, she wore this, she wore that. I got to get my weave like this. I need my bundles like that. You are stepping away. And there's nothing wrong
from your reality.
You're stepping away from your reality. And there's, guys, don't misunderstand me. There's nothing wrong with seeing something and being like, I used to love Madonna, okay? And I would be like, oh my God, I totally want that jacket that she has on. But I'm not trying to emulate every single thing Madonna does.
Exactly.
I'm Orion, she's Madonna. You're Sarah, she's Portia. You know what I mean? Like, you're taking over who and what you see on TV so much so that you've got to pick up the way that they talk. You got to get the same bag that they had because you saw it. You need the same hairstyle. Because it's like, do you really admire and admonish what they have, or do you want to be them?
And like you said, and then they step outside of their own reality, and then you some of the women, and again, now don't think that we're saying that you can't afford these things that they have. Not saying that at all. But sometimes you can step out of your own reality trying to compete with what they have or emulate what they do have, and so how it becomes toxic to sisterhood and how it affects sisterhood is because you begin to what you set out to try to uplift and try to be this woman empowerment person. You begin to, like we said, take on the traits, and you be here when it comes to toxic. I think people forget that there's two sides to being toxic.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's two sides to it. I'm you're the person that's giving
or receiving
and receiving.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I am watching it, I'm receiving the toxic part of it, and then I am giving it to other people because it's coming out in me because I've allowed this into my spiritual diet. I've allowed this into my soul because it's not, y'all, as much as y'all want, it's not just entertainment.
Absolutely not.
As much as you want to try to separate the reality from the entertainment part of it, there is honestly, when I say the line,
very fine line.
The line is so thin right there. Because it's just like if you continue to, it's like a homework assignment. If I continue to study something, if I continue to study, and I'm watching this video to continue to learn it, it begins to be embedded in me.
Yes.
So it's not just entertainment.
I think when you start watching these shows, you have to practice mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is the ability to be aware of what you are taking in and what you are ingesting. And then if you are aware of what it is that you're watching and what you're ingesting, you'll also be aware of the way that it changes you and your thought process and the way that you assimilate and the things that you say and how you act and what you want and what you do. You know what I mean? And it's
do begin to change.
Yeah, and moreover, your mind, your soul, all of this is a vessel, all working in conjunction with one another, right? So if you are practicing mindfulness and you are watching how everything is working in conjunction with one another, wouldn't you want to be careful with what it is that you're ingesting? Like I said, I'm guilty. I've watched some stuff, but it's like, how is this edifying my spirit? What is this doing for me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How is it uplifting me? How is this uplifting other women?
That's right.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
And everything that we ingest, we're going to digest.
Absolutely.
Okay? Everything that you ingest, you're going to digest, and it becomes, you put it into the society.
Yes.
You put it into the circle that you're around. You put it into the atmosphere that you're a part of.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's how it becomes toxic to your sisterhood, your circle. And, you know, I'm just, like we always say here, there's no competition in sisterhood.
No.
Reality TV, when you pit women against each other, it does bring on competition
Absolutely.
between women. And we shouldn't be in competition with one another. It saddens me, to be honest. But so I wanted to ask everybody that is on, do you feel... Nope, we're not going to ask that question because I know the answer to the question. If they watch reality TV, they'll answer the question like that. Why is this entertainment for you? If you watch toxic television, reality TV, why is this entertainment for you?
Yeah.
And how are you entertained by that? And then you're also a person that's an advocate for sisterhood or women empowerment. Because I really want to know.
I hate to sound
Let's
facetious.
let them, you know.
I want to see what you guys are going to say, but I promise you, these things don't work in conjunction with one another. I cannot celebrate you, and it can't be, I hope we're not going to say a thing like, well, I don't really know Portia, so you know what I mean, it's different, but I know Dewana, so that's supported. No. We're all women. We're all connected, whether you know each other
that's right.
personally or not. In the grand scheme of things, in the circle of life, okay? Hakuna Matata and all that good stuff, Lion King. We are all connected to each other. So for you to celebrate or laugh, giggle at another woman's demise or hardship, or her being absolutely torn to shreds or read for filth, as they say on national television, you cannot celebrate your fellow sister in that way. It's just, it doesn't work.
And I'm sure, well, you know, a lot of people feel like, well, because I'm not being the one that's being toxic.
Yeah.
They feel like I'm not being toxic because I'm just being entertained by it.
No, you absolutely are toxic for watching.
Or it's going to be the answer of, well, I'm not a messy person. I just like watching it.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a word for that. And that's called delusional, and that's also called hypocrisy. Yeah, and that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Those things work together with one another. You can't say, well, I'm not toxic, but I like watching toxic television.
I'm not messy, but I like watching the messy television.
What does that say about you, love? Like,
now, I did have a person send me a message and say that they do not like the fights and they don't like the things that happen on the reality television when it comes to the fighting and the bickering and things like that. But they like to watch it for the motivation of, let me actually read it because I don't want to, I believe it said the motivation.
You can't say that you don't like the fighting because you absolutely
motivation
do.
To work harder to get those things as far as the money. So things that I'm assuming it gives me motivation to work harder to get those things as far as money.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm understanding that the right way. And I'm not trying to be facetious.
I know.
And God knows I'm not. Lord, if I am, you handle it. You handle me how you handle me. So the women on the reality television shows, you're inspired to get money.
She used the word motivated.
You're motivated. I stand corrected. You're motivated to get money because Nene, I know her. She's a winner. Whoa. You're motivated because
her
Nene,
attitude is terrible, but she's fashionable.
She is fashionable, but her attitude is disgusting, which makes her repulsive. So that motivates you. Let me tell you something. Nothing motivates me or inspires me to emulate anyone that has a nasty spirit and a soul. So I wouldn't care if you've got 19 million pairs of Manolo Blahniks and Louis Vuitton bags. I cannot, for me, I can't speak for anybody else. You cannot motivate me, inspire me, encourage me in any way because your soul is disgusting.
I agree. So I can't be motivated, me personally, I can't be motivated by, there's so many other positive people for me to be motivated by. And, you know, what I see them have, for me.
Like a basketball
for me, I feel like you sold your soul to obtain those things because, I mean, that's just how I feel, though.
Yeah.
So for me, I find no motivation.
No.
In watching, like, anything that they have, I couldn't even be motivated by what they have because, I mean.
Oh, and the sad part is that, Lord, forgive me for
but
saying
I understood.
This.
I actually understood the comment though.
Yeah.
I understood that it was nothing to do with what she sees, far as what they do. But for her, it was just these women is living a lavish life. Now, do I agree? No, I don't. With the comment, no, I don't. But I understood the comment.
The sad part is about these women on these television shows, and I'm not trying to tear anybody down. A lot of them, think about some of the women in your circle in your life that you know that have bachelor's degrees and master's degrees and have beautiful homes, and they didn't have to get on television and act like a buffoon to obtain that. Aspire to be.
This word buffoon is cracking me up.
That's the only thing I think of. Aspire to be those women. There's nothing inspirational about a woman to me whose claim to fame is desecrating another woman's character, or who has, God, I'm sorry for saying this, slept around with a basketball player and had a whole bunch of children as a means to obtain her bag so she could get a new Louis Vuitton purse. None of that is impressive to me. There's so many other women that are really doing beautiful things, encouraging, uplifting things in our community and for us that are present, that didn't have to behave that way to get what they have. You know what I mean? Like, think about the reason why they kept for a long time renewing Nene's contract on this show. You don't know why? Because she's controversial.
Oh, yeah.
She is absolutely repulsive in the way that she talks to those women.
They love the
violence. And that makes money in its ratings. So you mean to tell me that as a woman, you are celebrated because you get on TV and act like a fool? No, thank you.
And I guarantee, and I'm going to read some of these comments, but, and I guarantee that all of those women that started off in the reality TV world, I guarantee that they all didn't start off toxic.
Absolutely not.
I guarantee it.
Now, the one that I am well versed in, and the only reason why I know her is because she's a friend of the family. Okay, and that is the one from Atlanta. Her name is. She was married to the one that went to prison.
I literally know if they're not. If they're not in the spotlight,
my aunt knows her, and she's a friend of my aunt, but I can't recall her name.
I know Portia, and I know Candy. That's it.
Phaedra. Phaedra is a lawyer in Atlanta. Okay.
And I know somebody else that's from Michigan, from like
Kenya.
Yeah. I know of her, yeah.
Now, Phaedra, she sticks out into my mind because she is a whole lawyer. Okay? That is a prestigious title. And when I did see her, like
So
when
is she toxic on the show?
they all are. And I'm like, you're a whole lawyer and you would sacrifice that education, that hard work of passing the bar and going to school for all those years and all that hard work to get on national television to make a fool of yourself versus using your brain and being in a courtroom and being a lawyer. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't understand it, and and again, I don't pass judgment on anybody who watches reality TV.
No.
My issue, it's not me passing judgment. It's my issue is people that, like I said, that are, I'm an advocate for women empowerment. I'm sis, I'm sister. I want to uplift you.
Yeah.
But then you put that into, you ingest that. So that's and then I also have the issue, like I said, with how men see us because of these things.
Yeah.
My husband told me, he said, a guy at work was shocked that he didn't watch, that James doesn't watch reality TV. And when James, was looking at him like, no, I don't watch reality TV. And he said the dude was just like, oh, it's hilarious. And I'm just
it's hilarious.
It's hilarious to them to see us act like that.
Yes.
So let me read these few comments because I really, actually, if John is still on, John, I actually would love to hear from you, just giving your insight on how you see, if you've ever just kind of chimed in as a pastor, just chimed in on one of the reality shows just to see what it's about or anything, because I know pastors sometimes try to stay up to date with everything.
Yeah.
And if you have, what's your insight on what you perceive of watching those shows and how women act, and how do you see it as a man? Okay, so I'll read Dominique's comment. We probably have all watched one of these shows, but eventually we stopped as we grew. It became unentertaining.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that I think only a handful of people stopped.
Yeah. Like I said, I literally watched a couple, and matter of fact, I watched it with my mom and my sisters, and all of us were kind of sitting there like, did she really just say that to her? And that's where I felt from my own self, I was like, man, I can't be saying I love women in support. And this is before my sister circle. This is before any of this. I was like, I don't like the way this makes me feel.
It is definitely, I've seen it just, and I'm just like, I've never watched like a full episode, but I have scanned, I've actually scanned through the reunion shows. Now I wouldn't know what show to say it was, but, and just to see how they act on there, and I'm just like, I just can't believe it.
In beautiful ball gowns.
I can't believe it.
Like it's
Dominique
amazing.
said, now if I turn to it, I quickly get uninterested because I do feel it's a waste of time and oftentimes toxic. Yeah, I totally agree, and I'm with you on that, because it'll come up on my actual feed on Facebook, and I'll watch it for a second, and I'm sometimes blown away, and then I'm totally disgusted that they're acting like that, and the men are sitting like,
or their husbands are sitting behind them. I'm like, that you're. And see, I don't want to be judgmental.
Y'all jumping across the room on each other, and the man that you're jumping across, and he just chilling. But that's been for years and years and hundreds of years that men has sat right there while we act.
Don't get me riled up, okay?
Sorry.
I've been pretty calm this whole show. I just, in no judgment, I don't ever want anybody to get offended by, who am I? What do I know? I know absolutely nothing. But as for me and my vessel, I cannot ingest that. But I mean, hey, if you like it, you get a kick out of it, cool. That's you. That's your thing. I just don't see how we can celebrate that and celebrate each other.
I agree. Yeah, and I would like, if hopefully we can hear from somebody that can give us just an honest opinion of how you do both.
Yeah, if you do watch, how do you celebrate women and watch that? Don't be afraid. You can tell us.
And also, I would like to hear from someone, even give us, when you watch those shows, can you tell us if you feel anything different maybe throughout the week after you've watched the show?
Yeah.
Because, and if you don't, and you do watch it, try to notice it for now on. And that's not just me just saying, it's not a spiritual, I don't want to bring it to, this is always spiritual, but it does always come down to your spirit.
Yes.
And that's whether you believe in Jesus Christ
or not.
It's always become, now if you don't believe in the Lord, then you go off of your energy. Okay, you go off of science and your energy, and that's how you. So how does it make your energy? What is your energy like after you've ingested that reality TV?
Yeah,
because
it's the same thing as if you were to watch like maybe a horror film. You know what I mean? So if that has an effect on your spirit and your energy, how does it make you feel to watch women go at it?
Oh, John left us a comment.
Yeah.
I turned into an episode I can never see.
We're married? I tuned into an episode of Basketball Wives because the woman formerly married to Kenny Anderson was recently divorced. I was not surprised at the behavior because I was informed that while it was called reality television, the producers were searching for certain behavior to entice the audience to watch. A boring storyline will not sell the show.
Well, it is definitely scripted. Most of it is definitely scripted. I remember actually hearing the Braxtons, Tamar, saying one day. I remember hearing her say how the producers have cooked up this story to make them antagonize each other and have tore their family up because of it. So I definitely know that a lot of it is scripted, but I still have a problem. I'll tell you. I'll give you guys an example. When I finally, that's funny, Lord. When I decided that I was going to commit myself to God, I used to watch Shameful. The show. I think it's on Showtime or something.
Oh, Shameless. Yes, I used to be. No, I used to watch that. I'm guilty.
I used to watch Shameless. I mean, I was heavy.
Likewise.
Okay, heavy fan of the show. I'm not saying as soon as I got back into my relationship with God, it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
But it did happen, and it happened because it was vexing my soul something terrible.
That's an
because
show.
Some of it's very interesting, and it's so raw, it's so raunchy, it's everything, and it was jacking me up.
Yeah.
And I remember the last time I turned it on. Ask James. I used to watch it. I used to binge. I used to love it. Okay, but it began to mess with me. And I could feel the conviction. I could feel how toxic some of the scenes were, and it would jack me up. Like I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not being dramatic and telling you that
what it is.
It began to be really bad, and I just had to stop watching it. Like I had to just go cold turkey and stop watching it. So maybe 2 years later, I said, "Oh, I want to see, what's been going on." I turned it on, and the first 5 minutes, I almost threw up. I just was like, what is happening on this show? What is the
lot.
And then I thought, I kid you not, I sat there, and I said, oh, crap, this had been happening.
And you
the
just realized
storyline not different. It's the same.
Yeah.
And I just didn't realize it because I wasn't even affected by it. My soul was just like I was craving watching it.
Yeah.
But then the minute the conviction, I allowed God to convict me with that, it was like, no, this isn't for you anymore. Now you got to part ways. Now I'm going to show you what you have been feeding your soul with. And I was disgusted by it. Never watched it again.
I used to watch,
Even thinking about it right now, I'm like,
got you
oh my
But listen,
goodness.
I used to love the show True Blood. Who remembers that?
I never seen it.
Honey, front to back, Bill Compton was my man. I was like, oh, Bill, every time I watched it. But it got really crazy, same as Shameless. And it's not even like a religion or a spiritual thing.
Shameless?
No, it's it's demonic. It has to do with like vampires. I'm not gonna lie, honey. I was tuning in every week, ready with my popcorn.
Committed. I was so invested, okay?
Fully invested emotionally. And I remember watching my last time, and I was like, this is a whole lot for you, girl.
Yes.
This is a lot. And I was nowhere near close to even fostering a relationship with God. I mean, I was kind of going to church, kind of not going to church. I was just kind of like living my life like it was golden. But that show kind of rattled me. And I was like, I don't feel right here in my heart chakra area. And it was too much.
That actually goes great with Dominique. What we're saying goes great with Dominique's comment. I feel it's simply a level of growth. Oh my goodness, my eyesight. One has to get as far as the decision to watch or not watch reality TV, and I agree.
Yeah.
It does come with growth. And it's a decision. Like I said, I had to go cold turkey. It's one of those decisions you have to.
Yeah.
But I think in order for you to do so, there has to be something that you notice.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not agreeing with who you want to be, you know, your character, or you know what you want to represent.
Yeah.
You have to notice it. Because I don't think that it's always going to be where God deals with everybody
differently.
He definitely deals with everybody different. So I don't think that it'll always be a situation like mine or like yours.
Yeah.
But it has to be something that you notice that, you know, okay, you know,
it's just as simple as, like, for myself, I ask myself when I watch something, or if
does it benefit you in any kind
of
way?
If I meet a new person, if I go, what is this going to do for me? And I know, like, Orver's like, Oriana, it's not that deep. Oh my God, you're exhausting. But for me, getting older now and reevaluating certain things in life, because I think you should always reevaluate a little bit of something as you get older. If it's not edifying, if it does nothing for me, if it gives me conflicting feelings, then that means for Orion, it's not for me.
I agree.
And the women on the show, like, when I, think about it like this. Are those women, past the beautiful shoes and the big houses and the fancy bags, how would you feel if you were out in public with those women and they were behaving that way? Would you want to be acquainted or be lumped in with women that behave like that?
They couldn't even,
I'm not taking you to McDonald's to get a McFlurry acting like that.
Let me be clear. You couldn't, if one of those, I hate to even say it like this, but one of those characteristics, okay, one of those characters, you couldn't uplift me.
Absolutely not.
There will be nothing you could say to me that I would feel encouraged by. There will be nothing that you could inspire me by saying. No. You couldn't sit at the table with me, and I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah.
You couldn't sit at the table with me after knowing that this is your character, that these are your characteristics that you have. You like to act a fool. You like to do all these toxic things. You couldn't sit at the table with me and try to give me advice, encourage me. I can't see beyond that to the message.
Not in the slightest.
I can't. That's just me though. I can't do it. And maybe it's not fair. But that's just me. I cannot. So I attempt to not focus. Okay, you're gonna have to read because maybe it's my last year.
No. I attempt to not focus my energy on avenues of entertainment that spiritually draw me further from my relationship with God. But as I sometimes watch Law and Order, see, now I'm guilty of Law and Order SVU.
Law and Order vexed my spirit, though. All the kidnapping and all the kids
gets me worked up.
Oh, gosh, it messes me up.
It gets me worked.
I can't watch Criminal Minds anymore because of that.
Really?
I can't.
I watch it,
Criminal
but it
Minds
still has me. I'm there because
I was addicted to watching it.
Law and Order puts me a little different because I feel like maybe I should have been a detective. I'm ready to crack the case. But past that, it gets me a little worked up. But he said, I see the advertisement growing up hip hop, and I quickly realized that while I used to listen to the artist and they said verbally through their music was more interesting, their need to entertain others by acting out and exposing their characters to the producers. Yeah, it changes.
It's not edifying to my character. It will not be enlightening to my soul. If it's not, I don't know. It's just a little blurry right now. I don't know what's going on. That's why I keep on. Like, if I push it back like this, that's how I know I need some glasses on. Because if I push it back like this, I can see. So, yeah. So, that's just our thoughts on the television, and
we're not judging you. Do what you will.
This wasn't to hurt, to
Charlie.
tick anybody off or anything like that.
No.
Just maybe like Dominique said, because I really loved her comment on it's simply a level of growth.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think it's simply a level of growth, and I also think that we have to realize that the line is very fine when it comes to the reality and entertainment world, because it can become a reality if you are constantly entertained by that. It can become reality for you. You can make it your reality and not even know it.
No.
You can take on different things, and let's be honest, those shows, different things like that, and we'll talk about the reality. We'll talk about I'm gonna just stick with the reality TV. Those different spirits that are carried in those shows, they definitely do transfer. It doesn't matter that it's in a TV box.
No.
It definitely, the spirits transfer, and we won't even go deep into that because we could talk about the transferring of the spirits.
Absolutely.
Because I've definitely been taught very well on transfer of spirits. So we could get into that, but it's 8:00. And I'm hungry. It's 8:00.
Time to go.
It's my sister circle is done for the week. But no, I'm kidding. I'm just saying. No, seriously. Seriously, I mean it though. I'm really hungry. Okay.
Yeah. I encourage our viewers to go ahead and watch it. See how it makes you feel. See what you pick up by watching it. See what characteristics you pick up. Kind of watch yourself.
Yes.
Observe yourself.
Yes.
And see what it does for you.
We like to give assignments out.
Yeah.
So
just watch it.
That, Coach D. That is so petty.
Coach D is hungry.
That is so petty on every level. But we'll let you have that, producer. Okay. So, real quick, Dominique said, I feel you ladies have brought a lot of awareness about this topic and educated on factors when deciding to watch or not. Absolutely. Wonderful segment today, Women of God. Thank you.
Our Sister of the Week
our Sister of the Week just came in. So, definitely go back and watch. You are going to love that you were Sister of the Week and what Orion said about you. So, make sure that you tune in.
Yes,
okay.
let's let you see the picture that we chose of you. Look how fine.
Oh, you chose that?
I did.
Oh, yeah, that was a perfect picture.
I wanted it to be a surprise. I hope I did her justice.
That was a perfect picture. All right. So, we are going to close out. We have a long, do July go to the 31st?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Long month.
So we definitely, she said, oh, wow. So congratulations on being our Sister of the Week.
Congratulations.
Make sure that you go back to that part of the segment. It's the things that were said about you. chose you as our Sister of the Week. It was definitely a perfect choice. We love you. So we are going to end this episode of toxic television and the effects it has on sisterhood. I'm definitely glad that we did talk about it. Again, this wasn't to judge anyone or put you down because you watch reality TV. We don't watch reality TV. If one of us was sitting here that did watch reality TV, we would have still talked about it the same. One of us just would have said, no, I love it, and I'm going to watch it, and this is what it is. So we hard on ourselves, too. Don't think that, we just like I just said, I admitted to watching Shameless.
Shameless, yeah.
But, I don't want you guys to, I just don't want anybody to feel offended.
No.
Because we never set out to offend anyone. Mm-mm. Do we know sometimes you guys are going to be offended? Absolutely. It's just,
because that's just people.
Comes with it. So, guys, we do want to go over our sponsorship, but before you guys do that, I want you guys to type in the comments how you like our new sets.
Yes.
And if you like our new set, we want you to just type in the comments that you love our new set. Don't put tell us that you love it, because we are trying some new things out, and if you guys love it the way that we do, you said this.
Charlie said that's it.
Charlie said this is it. Never mind. So just tell us that you love it, because we love it.
Yes.
Oh, Charlie, you got to type that in the comments, or So no, listen, guys, we want to go ahead and put our sponsorship information up. You guys do know that we accept all advertisement sponsors on our show. We will gladly advertise your business, your organization. We are excited to have you a part of our team and have you a part of our show. If you do not have a business or organization organization that you want to advertise on our show, but you just want to be a podcast supporter, the information has been flashed on the screen. So if you didn't get that information, you can go back and check that out a little later. If you just want to be a podcast supporter, you can send that to our Cash App that is listed, that Charlie will list on the screen. Also, okay, and if you guys want to sow a seed right now to My Sister Circle, you guys can go ahead. The Cash App is right there. We would appreciate it. We love all seeds that are donated, whether it's thank you so much. So we definitely love you guys. We thank you guys for always tuning in with us and being so amazing to us. We are getting ready to do some things. We're going to step out of our comfort zone a little bit. Oh, didn't know that. I just, we're going to step out just a tad bit.
All right.
Right.
I'm ready.
You with it?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So we are going to step out of our comfort zone just a tad bit. So we're going to get to shaking things up a little bit around here. So give us a couple weeks so we can get some things going. We're going to shake some things up. Of course.
Surprise, Charlie.
Of course. And is that it?
I believe so.
Go ahead and close us out with prayer real quick.
All right. We thank you all for tuning in. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time that we've spent together, oh God. We pray that whatever information that we've sent forth, any opinions, oh God, that they would charge to our heads, not to our hearts, oh God. It's all in love and education and being better sisters, better friends, better mothers, better listeners, and gaining knowledge from one another, Lord. And we thank you for this time. We pray that you would bless each and every person that tuned in this week, bless their household abundantly, cover them by your blood, in your name, Jesus. And we thank you for this time that we have spent together. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Remember, there's no competition in sisterhood. And always, 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 always remember to fix your sister's crown. See you guys.
Bye.
Stop looking in the rearview mirror of life filled with regrets. Stop regretting life with I woulda, coulda, shoulda before it's too late. Live life on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose.
Get your copy of Living and Loving Life Without Regrets by going to any of the various retailers listed on the screen. Are you a Black-owned business looking to expand your global reach? If so, get listed today at blackpearldirectory.com. Rare, organic, and valuable Black-owned businesses are showcased to the world. Black Pearl Business Directory. Your showcase for all things Black-owned business and more.
No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, there is a force that unites us all. Join the movement and let your lips do the talking with Aide Cosmetics, available on aidecosmetics.com.